Drop 100 on the DJ, play some 90s R&B. Every day a different form when you ride and shot with me. I can take you to the mansion, hit a yacht and have a drink. You been California dreaming, close your eyes and don't you blink. Drop 100 on the DJ, play some 90s R&B. Every day a different form when you ride and shot with me. I can take you to the mansion, hit a yacht and have a drink. You been California dreaming, close your eyes and don't you blink. Let me sweep you off your feet, we do London for a week. Really ain't the one for waiting, but my presence make you leap. And this ain't just about your body, want your mind and then your sheets. I don't fuck with none of these bitches, if I want you it's for keeps. I can show you how I'm living, take care of you like my peeps. Fly you out to Carolina, I can listen while you speak. You want Fendi, hear some cheddar, cause I know you ain't no leech. It don't make the problem better, but put a smile up on your cheeks. When I fuck up in that pussy, I make love like it's a treat. Cause I really say the moment for the times that we can't beat. Sleeping in my Texas tea, cause you said it smell like me. When I'm overseas, you callin', see my face and it's relief. She ain't used to money calling, all her niggas always beef. Off-white and Lil Prada, I want diamonds in my teeth. She ain't used to gangsta loving, kiss her toes and let me eat. I can give you your desire, cut you off and set you free. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy, Young Ant Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young Ant Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. What's the biggie? What's the good old deal with the good old people? So, look, today, the recipient of Hot Topics is Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all know I've been into that paperwork. We're going to get back on that paperwork tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? I still got about 20 pages, 30 pages left of that paperwork that I got to go through, you know what I'm saying? And give y'all, you know what I'm saying, what's in the factual paperwork verbatimly from Title 15 wiretaps, big U words, you know what I'm saying? Whole lot of allegedlys in there though, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of allegedlys. Ain't nobody been found guilty on nothing. But what I'd like to get to is Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying, last phone call, you know what I'm saying? So Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying, went ahead and dropped a poetic phone call about how he felt, the struggles he was under, how people was acting funny with him and stuff like that when he was out. Also, amongst this content pertaining to the phone call, we gonna talk about this alleged extortion that Big U put down on Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying? When Bricc Baby hit a lick. So, we gonna go ahead and get into this content, and you already know it's the halfway and the half effect. We are gonna commentate.
These individuals was involved with this being so close to home like that. There's no way you can clean that trail up that easy. With two individuals from the same area, like, where are you meeting up at to where your phones aren't pinging together? Both of y'all didn't have, like how thought through was, you get what I'm saying? Like, the police are like 10 times
they're ahead of that.
Just, hey, let's bite into it. You know what I'm saying? They probably listened to the conspiracy theory, did their homework, because at this point, they wouldn't have just took one person down. Nipsey was loved by the whole community.
You're saying that if Big U had sent Eric Holder there, that it would not, there's no possible way that it wouldn't have been unearthed by this point.
Yeah, you just said.
Because of phone records.
I didn't want to just say no names or nothing.
It does seem unlikely.
He's
dead some shit, or either solidify some shit. Just give it for those who may not know Big U, just his status, his mark he left on the culture, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that's the community father. That's the father of the community, man. I ain't gonna dig into his accolades on camera, man. That's the father of our community. You know what I mean? That's the nigga that we, you know what I mean? He earned that, so it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna dig into all of that. People that be just trying to dissect gang culture, like, he's the father to the community. He's just a likable person that everybody fuck with, and he's reputable and stand on business. So, you know what I mean?
That's a built-in liar right there. You know
know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Bricc Baby. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turning against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been I don't even talk to. That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Bricc Baby. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turning against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been I don't even.
Okay, so y'all see right there over the years, you know what I'm saying, when Big U name have come up to Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying, Bricc Baby have been solid and have been a soldier in defending Big U name, you know what I'm saying, even went as far as naming him the father of the community, you know what I'm saying. That's not only the big homie, that's the father of the community, you know what I'm saying. He got that, you know what I'm saying. So y'all see Bricc Baby have done nothing but hold Big U in a father light, you know what I'm saying, and gave him that over the community, you know what I'm saying. With that, y'all see when Big U was getting arrested, Big U made sure to get online and throw out there that he don't deal with Bricc Baby, he don't deal with dudes that was on that initial complaint. Loose Cannon, he even threw Whack 100 and 600 name out there, but he didn't throw their name out there on no dry snitch type time. He was just like, okay, if y'all lining me up with these dudes I don't deal with, why don't y'all just get the rest of the dudes I don't deal with and just have a big F fest, you know what I'm saying? Just F me right up the anal, you know what I'm saying? Just get everybody who don't like me and report and or say content on me, just get them. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can just get me out the way because I see what this is. But as he said, he ain't going for it. This is not going to happen. So, with that being said, page 26 of the initial indictment that the feds handed down, it shows allegedly that he had contact with Bricc Baby, you know what I'm saying, and or I mean, to tax somebody don't mean that you have to mess with them. You can tax somebody out of unlikeness. Like, I don't like this person, and being that I know I got the juice, I'm going to tax this person. That's just how that's going to go. I don't like this person, so I'm about to tax them. I don't know if this was a situation, but being that this was a Title 15 wiretap, which meaning the federal FBI agents went to a judge and had an arrest warrant to have Big U phone tapped. That was the only way they will be able to tap this man's phone and listen in to these conversations. So amongst Big U running rampant, not knowing his phone tapped, going around the town, allegedly extorting everybody, you know what I'm saying? Just saying all type of stuff, you know. You can read through the paperwork, you know, he the biggest 60, you know what I'm saying, the biggest Crip, you know what I'm saying, recognizable, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying. You know, it's just like slanderous stuff that you really don't want to repeat, you know what I'm saying. Y'all know what was being said. So with that being said, in this paperwork, about page 25, it says that Big U was talking with Bear Claw, you know what I'm saying, who was also one of his co-defendants on the case, and he had got a message relatable to him that Bricc Baby had just passed on the lick. So he like, Bricc Baby just passed on the lick. They like, yeah, they like, whoever Bricc Baby was dealing with, allegedly, the runner pulled up Bricc Baby and another initial dude who wasn't named, put the play down on him, stuck him up, like, look, bro, this is a stick up, give it up. Go ahead, call the plug, because if the plug don't show up and don't show out, You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility you not making it back. So, with that being said, this is like one of the first times I actually heard and or visualize a plug being called about a runner and the plug actually giving what was asked for and or showing up. This is still allegedly. Ain't nobody been found guilty on this. Bricc Baby have not been prosecuted and or brought up on charges of this. This is in Big U indictment. So, as I'm saying again, this is allegedly what the feds was listening to and what they pointed out there. However, it looked like, I'm pretty sure they did their investigation and or the investigation turned up with nothing, or they were searching the wrong channels, or it was just, something that was done. It was illegally. They didn't know who them people was. Really didn't have a contact on who Bricc Baby allegedly robbed. You know what I'm saying? So, however, the plug break bread. You know what I'm saying? So this probably had to be somebody valuable to the plug. You know what I'm saying? A son, daughter, you know what I'm saying? Nephew, you know what I'm saying? Anything, you feel me? For the plug to give what they asked for and or met them to where dude was out of danger allegedly. So once Big U heard this, Big U had his alleged henchman tap in with Bricc Baby and tell Bricc Baby, break bread. I need some bread. You know what I'm saying? I need a percentage of what you made from that robbery. So, it was asked what Bricc Baby take was. Bricc Baby threw a number out there. And then I guess from there, you know what I'm saying, they settled, and Bricc Baby ended up having to come up off 6,000 or 7,000. So Big U alleged henchman went and picked that money up from Bricc Baby and took it back to Big U allegedly. Big U looked through the money, counted it out, allegedly said the money was only $3,500 to $4,000. Like, what happened? I thought it was supposed to be 6,000 or 7,000. This, not that. Holler at Bricc Baby, tell him this ain't that. He need to make that right. The henchman, further, you know what I'm saying, more holler back in at Bricc Baby. I guess they figured it out and they concluded that situation. That was that. So that right there, is gonna make Big U uncredible in that courtroom amongst a lot of other things, you know what I'm saying? For him saying he don't have no dealings, but they have him on Title 15 wiretaps putting the extortion thing down, allegedly. Now, with that being said, we're going to get to these phone calls that Bricc Baby dropped. And you already know it's the hef weight and the hef effect. We going to commentate.
There, because I don't want to, even to the point to where the people that still represent the Marathon Foundation and the All Money In Foundation, they resent the Bricc, and they deal with people that hated Nip, and they know they did, but since he died, they've been being riders, meat eaters, to the association and coming around just for the celebration, man, and y'all forgetting all the past events that happened, because I really was there. But that, we're not going to talk about nothing in specific over this harm. Rest in peace to my boy, though. That day coming up in his heart every time. I never celebrate this day. You gonna see people celebrating this day. Pay attention. Second, these people out here.
This call is from a federal prison.
That's over with, so I'm not even connecting this conversation to that, right? But everybody out there begging for the title, everybody begging for the title, but they name never get called, right? You out there, you super representing this your section, this area, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I'm just trying to figure out why they name don't never get called, and the real ones don't never catch no break like you dudes that say that y'all real ones. Y'all tack on 1 million different extra joints a year. Just be right there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want the title, you know what I mean? But the name never get called, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't help it. That, you know what I mean? You just can't help it, man. You know, they start to point fingers at themselves. But it's all love, man. You know what I mean? It's the brick, not the trick. I don't even want to go down those avenues because we ain't producing no hate, man. Whoever want to support the brick while he down, man, you could go to Awful Lot of Cough Syrup and go get the Kill Squad mask. It'll be at Death will get you a Kill Squad mask. It'll be some t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. You know what I mean? Do it for the kids. Happy birthday to my son. It's March 28, 2025, man. We on the way soon. But you know what I mean? Everybody want the title, but they name ain't never called, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say they the face, man. You know what I mean? Why don't you trade places with me since you the face, man? You know what I mean?
All right, so you know, that's Bricc phone call, you know what I'm saying? Downtown MDLA Metro, you know what I'm saying? Metropolitan Detention Center, you know what I'm saying? Federal holding facility, you know what I'm saying? I've been there, right there downtown LA. Off of Alameda, you know what I'm saying? You got the right spot. You can look out that window over downtown LA, see that big old clock, see Alameda, see the Deja Vu Strip Club. If you got a sale, you know what I'm saying, that's on the side of the Mexican Mafia zone, you know what I'm saying, the Mexican Mafia, they spend that money. They be having their people come out there on their birthdays. They be having mariachi bands. They be having women, you know what I'm saying, shaking, strippers, you know what I'm saying, popping it and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? You would get a show right there in jail, something that'll put a smile on your face, you know what I'm saying, looking in that little small window. However, it looked like Bricc had a lot on his heart when Bricc was out here, you know what I'm saying? Bricc, you know what I'm saying, the situation he talking about, you know what I'm saying, I guess he got out November 2020. We all know Nip, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace to him. You know what I'm saying, today is that day as well, you know what I'm saying, so rest in peace to him. We know that he passed 2019. Bricc was in jail when he passed. So I guess Bricc is saying that a lot of people really didn't know that him and Nip was as close as they was, you know what I'm saying? And based on Baby Shitty being under Bricc Baby, him being of that name, and him unaliving Nip, a lot of slack and hate came at Bricc behind that. And Bricc like, I didn't even have nothing to do with that. Nip was my boy, and this was my young homie. You know what I'm saying? I had a friendship with both of them, but just based on what he did, the world, homies, and everybody found a way to hate me. You know what I'm saying? Stop me from getting record deals. People wanted to be seen with me. They didn't want to be associated with the shitty name and stuff like that. I had to render to that, and I was under all that pressure, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, you know, he's saying he stayed solid. He kept pushing. You know what I'm saying? We see he got on no jumper, so obviously, you know what I'm saying, Adam 22, you know what I'm saying, was messing with him, you know what I'm saying, gave him a job, you know what I'm saying, put some pay in his pocket. You know, we see that they real tight and stuff like that. But, you know, from here, it looked like he's saying that his own homies hating. You know, a lot of dudes around him was hating, you know what I'm saying, been hating stuff like that. People was happy that he in jail, you know what I'm saying? People are happy that he's actually sitting in jail, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, you know, I can't understand it, and I ain't gonna even lie. You know, being that Bricc, you know what I'm saying, not, you know what I'm saying, under the influence of drugs, you know, he sound more poetic, you feel me? I can hear his pain and hear his sincerity, you feel me, in his message and what he's saying in his phone call. But, you know, we're going to go ahead and play the second part of this phone call, and you already know it's the Hef way, the Hef effect. We going to commentate.
Hey, well, it's a big old deal, man. It's the Bricc, not the cynic, man. You already know. I ain't back with nothing like the other one that your brother said, man. They got me down with the dog pound, man. You already know. But look, I'm not trying to sit here and set off no BS. I gotta watch how I talk to stay monetized. Look, I ain't trying to set off no BS. I'm right here down because of, I'm not even gonna say that. Let's just say this. All of this started November 2020. They let Blue Jesus out of the county jail, man. I came home to a lose-lose situation, man. You know what I mean? One of my best friends, coming up on the day of all the stuff that's happening, I'm sitting back on my bunk and I'm sitting there just going through stuff, and one of my best friends that my brother got into a mean incident that turned out crazy, man. And my best friend still my road dog, whether he here or gone. And I ain't even had a chance to mourn him publicly on the streets because everybody tags me with another man's business. You know what I mean? Me and Eric have nothing to do with each other. You get what I'm saying? Me and Nipsey are, it's like you guys are closing me out to where I can't even love my brother the right way or mourn for my brother the right way. I think the world kept had they dukes up against me from the get-go. You gotta look back at all the hate on the streets. The internet really didn't know till I opened them up, but as soon as I came home, it was everybody against me. Everybody against me. The record deals, the record labels, all my homeboys in the industry, all of them. It didn't matter who it was. They were scared to be out with me publicly unless it was YSL. They were scared for me to come around because of my name being connected to that. I had no win. So you sit with all the hate, blind stares from a million pairs of eyes, and they screaming, put him down. Oh yeah, they running parades at the Bricc Baby in jail. You know what I mean? These are all the same people. Gotta pay attention. I can't talk too much, but you gotta understand. This has nothing to do with what I'm going through right now, but deep thoughts, it's like, where did everybody start hating me? Where did you start hating Bricc Baby? Because I got a whole lot of people that love me, but where did you start hating me? Because everybody got a biased opinion of the Bricc after they figured out the relationship.
So I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, get too PI-ish and trying to decode this message, but what I am gonna say is, it looked like this message is really aimed at his homies, you know what I'm saying? It ain't hard to tell, you know what I'm saying, that it's aimed at his homies because he's saying stuff about all money in, you know, how people is riding, you know what I'm saying, Nipsey D, you know what I'm saying, and ride his death, you know what I'm saying, and passing, you know what I'm saying, and making revenue off of it and try to make themselves seem closer, you know what I'm saying, although, you know, we all was homies of them, you know what I'm saying, I was there as well too. So it really seemed like he's genuinely hurt, and he's basically like he never got to mourn Nipsey how he wanted to mourn Nipsey because in the public light, he was public enemy number one right behind his little homie Baby Shitty, you know what I'm saying, in their relationship. So yeah, furthermore with that, you know, he's like, a lot of dudes saying they real, but why all these dudes that's so real, how come they not in jail? How come they not in my position? How come I'm the one that's never catching a break? You know what I'm saying? How come I'm the one always going to jail? But all you dudes that have many faces and many hats, call yourself reputables, call yourself the face of the set and stuff like that, why y'all not sitting in jail? Why y'all not on no indictment? Why I keep on coming to jail and stuff like that? And I mean, you know, who's to answer that? You know, it probably was the podcasting and certain stuff that was being said that made the feds peek in and be like, you know what? We got to pay this guy a visit and go ahead and go to his house. You know what I'm saying? Issue a search warrant, you know what I'm saying, and see what's going on because it's too much talking and his name is being brought up. And I think, you know, it just, you know, some pop goes the weasel and the feds happen to come up. You're saying on something. That's all I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. He could have let somebody in his house. It could be a confidential informant that told the feds that they sold him them guns or he had them guns in his house. We don't know. We got to see, you know what I'm saying? So we got to divvy off in to see what's going to happen with Bricc indictment because Bricc is on his own indictment. But you can tell Bricc is definitely pissed and he feels some type of way, you know, and, you know, he's talking to his community, you know, his homies, you know. Those people, you know what I'm saying, they know who's who and who he's talking to, you know what I'm saying? It's not for me to differentiate and for me to try to find out. If he want to put it out there and he want to say a name and we decide to commentate on it, we decide to do that. But other than that, we go conclude that there. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like, and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. Then press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail.
Keeping it real and showing love, absolutely free. Still some of the hardest shit for a lot of you bitch ass niggas to do. So if you ain't a bitch ass nigga, let me see you keep it real and show me some love and share this post right here, cake ass nigga.